Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Piofiore Faded Memories. I'm not feeling so cheery for the intro today because I opened up this game and was immediately reminded of what happened last time. This game made me witness the death of a sweet little boy. It made me get attached to him in the course of 10 minutes, and then I was forced to watch him die. I'm still in shock that just happened. Like, what was the reason? For real. Like, what was the point in that? I'm sure it's gonna have some effect on, like, Orlok and his development and stuff, but, like, why? Why, game? Why did you do that to me? Look, we started, I believe, chapter 7 at the end of the last video, though, and all I've gotta say is, thank God. Wait a minute. How many chapters are in this? I forget. Is it 8? 8. So, yeah. Thank God. 2 chapters left in this route. I can't take much more of this. I'm all for some angst, but dear Lord, this is too much. This is, like, not the kind of angst that I like. And there's also a lot of rage in this route too. Hopefully I'll have a better experience with Gilbert. Anyway, let's move on. Wait, let's power through this. I know we're gonna be dealing with the aftermath of this, because yeah, look at this line. The next day we burned Luca's body in silence. I hate it here. A crimson red bled across the sky. By the time we returned, night had settled in. Oh, that was a great day. We trudged back to our home without a single word exchanged.
ようやく戻ったか。待ちわびたぞ。
I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. Why? Why? Right at the start of the video. Guys. The silhouettes stood near the entrance. Go away. Oh yeah, you're playing that song to try and make me feel better, aren't you? It's not working! Orlok quietly positioned himself in front of me.
久々の再会だというのに挨拶もなしか。釣れないな。
No, I hate you.
それとも、喪に服しているつもりか？たかがストラノの虫が
How do you know about
た
that?
だけだというのに。
He was a little boy, you jerk. How dare he? Yang's words infuriated me. But then it dawned on me that Yang knew we lived here. Yeah, were you watching us? And if so, for how long?
Yeah. 今の発言。
Oh, you know he's not going to. And I cut you off already. I don't cut off any character more than Orlok. Orlok yelled in anger at Yang. Yang simply smiled eerily.
俺は自分の発言に責任を持つたちだ。訂正するつもりはない。
I hate you.
だが、どうしてもというのなら、その獲物で俺の言葉を引き出すといい。
断る。俺はもう誰も殺したくない。
Then what are we doing? Who's gonna kill Yang? I mean, I'm all for that, Orlok. That's great, but I feel like we can't live happily as long as he's alive.
それがたとえあなたのような人間であっても。
俺が断らせると思うか。
Huh? Something bad was about to happen. No, really? I knew that the second he showed up. Suddenly... Ah! Someone grabbed me from behind. Unhand me. I feel the cold, sharp back of a knife touching my neck. I may be able to wrestle myself out of...
動くな。
Whoa. Wait, wasn't he sleeping back there? There were a lot of people living on the streets here, so it wasn't unusual to see people sleeping along the walls. The sight of it was normal to me.
まったく。どうして俺がこんな真似を。
He sounds familiar. The man let out a sigh, then threw off the cloth he had draped over himself. I thought it was you. Lee? It's bad enough I have to see Yang. Now you gotta throw this dude on top of it? I look around at the others against the wall. I thought they were Strana residents, but it's all the Laoshu, isn't it? They all looked at me with cold eyes. Don't tell me they're all Laoshu.
こ
They
の
are.
程度では不利にもならんだろう。相手はお前だからな。
彼女
俺と遊んでくれるなら危害は加えん。さて、どうするオルロック。
分かった。俺はあなたを倒して
そう来なくては。行くぞ。
I was waiting. I was like, waiting for the silence. He's done talking. Keeps talking. 3 times. 3 times. How far are we into this episode? Like 5 minutes? I've cut him off 3 times already. Orlok. The battle between the two began. Yang brandished a curved blade in each hand. Come on, Orlok. The last time you two fought in Dante's route? Oh, it had a bad end. He swung them at once against Orlok. Orlok barely avoided them. He jumped to the side, then kicked the ground to close in on Yang. What's going on? Orlok dodged Yang's swing and stabbed him in the thigh. Okay, that's who was bleeding. Blood spewed from Yang's leg. For a moment, I turned my eyes away. I'm sure it won't faze him. But I should watch Orlok fight. He's fighting for me. It was the only thing I could do now. I needed to see the outcome of the battle. He was blown back. Orlok! Yang kicked him away with his unharmed leg.
どうした？あまり
Yeah,
失
see, he's
望
not
さ
phased.
せるな。
Yang pulled the dagger out of his thigh, then tossed it back to Orlok. So here you go, you need this. I was certain that I saw Orlok's dagger pierce through Yang's leg. Despite the depth of the wound, Yang didn't show any sign of pain.
殺すつもりで来い。
Orlok picked up the dagger and positioned himself.
お前が時折見せる鋭い刃のような目を気に入っていた。残念だ。やはり新しい飼い主が悪かったか。
You made him angry! Orlok immediately closed in again and thrusted his dagger at Yang. His dagger? Yang quickly parried the strike.
多少はやる気になったか？だが、まだぬるいな。
Yang swung his blade. Hey, that's a typo. It looked like Orlok avoided the slash, but it must have grazed him. Blood began to seep from Orlok's abdomen. Owie!
勘違いするなよ、オールロック。お前が全力を出さなければ、お前と女はここで死ぬ。
Which is how I know that he's not going to lose because this is his route. Yang closed in to take a swing. Orlok was moving away from Yang to try and find an opening. He seems hesitant to strike. He wasn't moving like before. Ugh. Hey, buddy. Come on. Orlok's body became etched with cuts each time Yang swung his blade. Orlok, how are we getting out of this?
犬死にしたいか。
Oh, he's all bloody though.
誰が
Or is it with your blood? Yang's expression didn't change at all. And more blood. He was hit a good number of times with the dagger Orlok is using. Still, Yang moved around as if it didn't hurt at all. It probably doesn't hurt to him. He ran toward Orlok with blood spewing out of his punctured leg. I felt a shiver go down my spine. Was he really human? It's up for debate.
お前の技は単調すぎる。心臓、頭蓋、脊髄。人を一撃で死に至らしめる部位を知らんはずもあるまい。
Maybe he'll just bleed out, you know?
言ったはずだ。俺はもう殺さない。無意味な殺しはしない。
What about self-defense? I think this counts as self-defense.
だからヤンのことも倒すけど命は奪わない。
How are you planning on doing that? We're also surrounded by Laoshu. The fire in Yang's eyes started to fade. Boring. He gave a deep sigh. He turned around and looked at Lee.
おい。
Oh god.
はい。
Did you kick me? I felt something hit me. He punched me hard in the stomach. I felt agonizing pain spread through my body. Rude. Orlok screamed my name. Ack. My stomach was churning. I couldn't keep myself up. I felt like I was going to collapse. But... Ow! He forced me to stand, then struck me again. Dude. Stop it. The pain was excruciating.
ヤン、彼女に手出しはしないと言ったはずだ。
Come on, Orlok. Yang doesn't keep his word. You know this. I thought you figured it out anyway.
なるほど。この俺が約束を守ると。
Yeah.
さすが使徒様は頭の出来が違う。だが勘違いするなよ。悪いのは俺を退屈させたお前だ、オルロック。お前が楽しませてくれないのなら、聖女様に遊んでもらうしかない。
やめろ！
Yang's smile widened, hearing his scream.
やめろ？聖女様は俺のような男になど関わらんと？
No.
そうか。聖女様も俺を退屈させるか。
You irritate me.
では仕方ない。かわいそうだが、無意味な人質は邪魔なだけだ。殺すか。
Help.
殺す。
There you go. You lit the fire under him now. that was the plan. He was trying to egg you on there, buddy. I could hear the faint sound of his voice with no trace of emotion.
殺す。お前を。お前たちを。
Kill every last one of them! Yo, he said the Dimitri line. Then suddenly, Orlok vanished from sight.
No.
Yang stifled a yell. In front of him was Orlok. I heard the sound of a blade cutting flesh. Did you get him that easily? Or is this just the start of the fight? 'Cause if you just walked over there and were like, stab. That'd be really funny if he just goes down that easy. Orlok pulled back. Vibrant red blood gushed forth. Was that all it took? Orlok vanished from sight again. Hello? How are you vanishing from sight? Holy... Oh my god, dude! Ah. Suddenly I was released. I crumbled to my knees. At the same time, Lee dropped to the ground in front of me. The thick smell of blood filled the air.
よくもヤンを。
Is Yang dead? Did he die that easy? The Laoshu who surrounded us were pointing their guns at Orlok. Yang's not talking anymore. Orlok vanished again without a sound. Holy crap, Orlok. The men fell to the ground like toys. The moonlight reflected an eerie red flowing over the Strano alley. Oh no, he's still alive.
素晴らしい。いいぞ、オルロック。
You sounded like Floyd when you laughed. I thought you were dead. You weren't talking. Yang was laughing like a madman. He was still standing despite the amount of blood spilling from his body. He got you pretty good though.
死は圧倒的なものでなければ。
You're really weird, Yang. I don't get you.
俺が求めていたのはお前だったか。俺を殺せる存在がついに現れた。
Orlok stood silently in front of me. He gently lifted me up from the ground.
お前は逃げられんぞ、オルロック。
Why?
教えてやる。お前が生きていけるのはこの血にまみれた世界だけ。偽るな。 お前はこちら側の人間だ。たとえ死しても。
Finish him off. Finish him off before he can finish his sentence. You're so weird. Orlok turned his back on Yang's mad laughter and ran off with me in his arms. Is he gonna be left to bleed out? Is Yang dead? Hey! This place! This is where Jesus is. He sped through the streets. He finally stopped at a hill outside of town. Meanwhile, develop. Where are we going? Dante!
ヤンが死んだか。
Oh, okay, yep. He's down.
確かな筋からの情報だ。どうもストラノに出張ってたみたいだな。
ストラノにあの男がいたのか。ロズベルグの元を出たところまではこちらも掴んでいたが。
Okay, please don't pull a Yang's route though and like have everyone die, but the love interest, like I don't want to I don't want to lose Dante and Gilbert yet, especially Dante. But it's like they're also after us.
うちもだ。しかしロズベルグから離れたってことは仲間割れでもしたか？
Gilbert, I still can't get over your reason for wanting to kill Orlok. It's so stupid. You have the worst reason. If so, it was a convenient development. I could kill him without offending the church. That would help the Falzone in the long run.
俺もようやく情報が手に入ったんでな。待ちくたびれたが、これで動ける。
I don't want you two to make your move.
そうだな。本当に待たされた。俺も時給動くとしよう。
No. Bad. Bad, you two. I don't want you to die. He finally stopped at a hill outside of town. He lowered me down, then dusted the dirt off my legs.
痛みは
How do you have no blood on you? It hurts a bit, but not so much. Despite the battle he'd been through, he had hardly a drop of blood on him. Right. Like, how did that happen? I was sure we both smelled of blood from being surrounded by the dead and dying. But I felt desensitized to the smell in my current state. Where are we?
もうストラノでは暮らせないからしばらくここに身を隠そう。
But... I looked around the area. We were at the hills northeast of Berlone. This place was known for its eerie ruins that no one dared venture near. I heard rumors that the Grim Reaper appears here in the ruins. If this is the same ruins as the ones from last route, there's no Grim Reaper. There's Jesus. I do hope we'll be okay. I took some consolation in the idea that no one in their right mind would come here.
大丈夫。この場所は俺が管理してる。
You
何
do?
度も来てるけど黒い死神なんて会ったことない。
Wait, could the Grim Reaper be Orlok? Yeah, this is where Jesus is. Orlok lifted me and sat me down on a rock. Looking at me, he opened his mouth to speak, then shut it again. After trying a few more times, he finally spoke up.
ごめんなさい。俺はまた人を殺した。
Listen, buddy. There was no other way out of that. Orlok.
これまでずっと必要だと信じて殺してきた。
This was self-defense.
神のためだと思ってきた。
If you hadn't done it, we would have died.
なのに今日の殺しは必要なことじゃなかった。
Orlok. I don't know. I beg to differ. I don't know how. I don't think there's another way out of that. Like, if we didn't do it, we would die. Self-defense.
戦いを求めたヤンの私欲に巻き込まれただけ。
His body was shaking, and I wasn't sure if it was from anger or sorrow.
俺はただ人を殺した。あんなに
Again, they were trying to kill us.
あんなにもいっぱい。違う。本当は殺したくなんてなかった。殺したくなかったのに。
Orlok, another typo. Orlok emotions erupted as his wails resounded through the ruins.
あなたを 守ろうと思ったのに、そんなことすら満足にできない。
But you did, though. You literally did. Orlok, I would be dead right now if you didn't do that. That's not what happened. I pulled Orlok into an embrace and held tightly onto his shaking body. You did protect me. You could have run away if you wanted to, but you didn't. You stayed and fought for me. If anyone is guilty of a sin, it's me. Wait, what did I do?
リリー、あなたは
Orlok looked at me with tears in his eyes. I looked back at him and did my best to relay my feelings. Thank you, Orlok. I'm happy you're with me. I didn't want to die. I was so scared. I was lucky that you were there to protect me. How many sins had Orlok committed for my sake? Orlok held me tightly, as if I were the only thing left in the world. We embraced each other, supporting each other. And then it was morning. It seemed we had both fallen asleep from the ordeal. I opened my eyes to the blinding sunlight. It's cold in here. Orlok twitched, then slowly opened his eyes. We looked at each other's faces. Noticing our dried tears, I began to blush. I looked at Orlok, and he looked a bit uneasy.
気がついたかな
Hey! Welcome back. Amid the silence of the ruins appeared a young boy.
誰？俺たちを追ってきた。
Help us, Emilio! Orlok jumped and stood in front of me. A child? Out here? I looked at the young boy warily.
リリアーナ・アドルナート、そして首都オルロック。はじめまして。僕はエミリオ。
Hey, how's it going? The young boy named Emilio reminded me of a painting of a beautiful angel. Maybe he is one. But an angel wouldn't come to this place, much less a young boy like him. The fact he knew who we were was enough for me to keep my guard up.
首都オルロック。僕は君に使命を伝えに来た教国の使いだ。
From the good half of the church?
教国の使い。
ああ。首都の本来の役割をロズベルグは意図的に伏せていたようだからね。
本来の役割。
順を追って話そう。まずはロズベルグが君を騙していたことから。
Thank you, Emilio! Emilio is coming through! Yes! I know I can trust you.
経過が俺を騙して。
Yeah, I've been new.
ああ。残念だけれど、そういうことだよ。
Orlok bit his lip and looked down. The fact he didn't try to refute what Emilio said was proof that he felt the same way.
もっと早く教えてあげられたらよかったのだけれど、こちらにも事情があってね。
Emilio smiled and continued.
使徒の存在やその役目を把握している者は、教国の人間でもごく一部に限られる。これは秘匿事項だ。心して聞いてほしい。
Tell me everything.
いいかい、オルロック。使徒という役割は本来、墓守の一族を助けるためのものだった。
What are you talking about?
ああ、君も聞いたことがあるだろう。この町
The
の
lore.
信託の話を。
I heard all about it in another route. Yes?
今あなたが話していたのはこの町に伝わる信託の話です。もっと詳しく教えてほしい。
What else? Well, I'm sorry, I'm not well versed in it. After all, it's lore from long ago. All that is known about it is that the person did build the church here and grew the town to what it is today.
天使が信託を誰に授けたのか聞いたことは。
あの信託を受けたのはとある聖人だ。
Maybe you're a saint, Emilio.
現代に伝わる信託は不完全なものでね。本来の信託はただこの地に教会を建てろというだけの内容ではなかった。
What do you mean?
とある生物をこの地に隠し、守り人を置き、長きにわたって管理をしていくこと。
Jesus! That's Jesus!
それこそ天がもたらした言葉の真実だ。
Sacred artifact?
墓守の一族とは守り人たる生物の管理者。
All
今
this
のファルツ
time!
ォーネファミリーのことだよ。
Oh my god, all this time, Warlock, you've been like, the Falzone are bad! I gotta keep you away from them! And then Emilio walks in and is like, yo, you're supposed to be helping him. The Falzone family?
そう。ファルツォーネは何も初めから犯罪組織だったわけではないのだから、時代の流れに合わせファルツォーネはその時々で形を変えてきた。今はマフィアと呼ばれる組織だというだけ。本質はあくまで別にある。
じゃあ俺は
Yeah!
本来ファルツォーネを助けるべきもの。
This is awkward. He's like, I killed Dante's dad. I killed Nicola.
本来であればね。とはいえ、
Right.
教えられなければ
It's
知
not
る
your
由も
fault.
ないことだ。
Warlock, it's just kind of funny that after all this time, you're like, no, Falzone bad. And I've been like, no, Falzone good. And then Emilio's like, yeah, Falzone good.
君が悔やむことはないよ、オルロック。ともかく、ファルツォーネが昔からこの土地に固執するのはそういう事情だったわけだ。そしてリリアーナ、君も無関係じゃない。
Right? I'm supposed to play Wii tennis with Dante. Me?
生物がこの地に隠された時、それが死角なき者にたやすく奪われることのないよう、その封印を解くには選ばれた乙女の協力が必要になる。
I don't think that seal is getting broke in this timeline. Chosen?
そう、乙女なら誰でもいいというわけじゃない。
Listening to Emilio's words brought a thought to my mind.
君は里い子だ。ここまで言えばわかるだろう。そう。君は生物の封印を解く鍵になりうる人物なんだよ。
Me? The key? I couldn't trust his words outright, but maybe it was because of his odd presence. His words were strangely convincing.
ファルツォーネはもちろんそれを知っている。だから今まで君を陰ながら見
Boy,
守っ
this
て
is
きた。
so awkward. They've been protecting me.
ファルツォーネが彼女を狙ったのはそのため。
This moment is just, where it's like, sitting there like, oh no. Oh no, we had it all wrong.
そう。一方ロズベルグはこの地の生物をファルツォーネから奪おうと画策していた。
Hey Emilio, could you maybe do some like talking to Dante? Work this out. I really don't want him to die.
権威の証として使うためにね。
Like explain the misunderstanding. Wait a minute, Emilio. Bishop Roseberg tried to kill me. If I really am this key, killing me would mean that he'd lose his chance to break the seal.
君は本当に悟い、生物の封印を解くこと以外にも生物を自分のものにする方法はある。
I didn't know that.
何かわかるかい？
I don't know. I thought about the answer. Gaining control of the town? Really? That doesn't make any sense. Dante already has control of the town and he can't break the seal.
そう。この土地を手に入れてしまえばいい。ここに眠る生物ごと。ね。
Or is it like he doesn't physically need it? It's just like, I'm in control of the town, so I own the artifact?
ロズベルグにはそのためにしなくてはいけないことが数多くあった。ラオシュウと手を結んだのもその一つだ。だがラオシュウは君を神託の聖女と称して祭り上げ吹聴して回った。ロズベルグはラオシュウとのつながりを公表されたくなかった。仮にも聖職者、清廉なイメージは不可欠だからね。
So he decided to get rid of me? Emilio smiled.
ロズベルグ教の神託が指し示した聖女はすべてラオシュウが勝手に語ったものとして処理することにしたわけだ。
Orlok's like, oh no. Orlok frowned, hearing our conversation, and looked down.
それが本当なら
Yeah.
やっぱり俺は間違ってたのか。
Oh crap.
かつて 権威ある宗教家の指示により戦争が行われたこともある。その戦争は恥ずべき歴史であり過ちだった。では間違っていたのは何か？戦った兵士か？違う。間違っていたのはそうさせた人物。オルロック、君にとってのロズベルグだ。
Right, Emilio's right.
それでも殺したのは俺だ。
Or like, I've been through the whole explanation with you. I'm not saying it again. You know my opinion. Orlok's voice trembled in despair.
俺は自分が正しいと信
Right,
じて
thinking
し
it
て
was
はいけ
right.
ないことをした。
You're basically in a cult.
その罪を償わなくちゃいけない。
Hearing Orlok's words, Emilio gave a melancholy smile.
罪を償うか。行為の正しさを語るのであれば、ファルツォーネに彼女を託すことが教国の考え方としては正しい。
You wouldn't see me complaining.
彼女をファルツォーネに託す。
なんといってもファルツォーネと彼女の運命は神が望んで結びつけているものだから
Which is
ね。
why Dante and I are soulmates.
だけれど僕は正しい道が一つだけ。
どういうこと？
それは君たち自身が考えることだ。確かにロズベルグは間違ったことをした。しかし彼が血も涙もない人間だとは思わない。
Does he?
いいかいオルロック。ロズベルグにとって君はとても危険な存在だ。
俺が？どうして？
君はね、生まれてすぐに殺されていてもおかしくはなかったんだ。だけどロズベルグは君を生かした。
ゲイカが？でも俺はゲイカと初めて会ったのはベネトの養護院で。
人には知るべき真実とそうでないものがある。
What?
僕の口からこれ以上は伝えることはでき
But
ない。
I want to know.
知るべきと定められているのなら君はいつか必ずそ
Well,
の
it's
理
gonna
由
happen
を知るだろう。
We're in the second to last chapter. Orlok wasn't convinced. But it almost seemed like Emilio had no intention of expanding that subject.
彼の中にあるであろう情を信じて目を覚ます時を待っていたけれど、そろそろ時間切れだ。
Emilio sighed in disappointment.
これ以上ロズベルグが罪を犯すのを黙って見ているわけにはいかない。
But what do we do about it?
オルロック、君にはこれからどうするか、どうしたいのかを考
Just
え
like
る
when you
必
showed up
要
and were
が
like,
ある。
There's a way to break the seal, but I won't tell you. Bye.
俺がどうしたいか。
君に未来という名の試練が降り注ぐ前に真実を伝えておきたかったんだ。最も大切なのは君がこれから。
And bye. Wait, I'd like to ask. I hurriedly tried to stop Emilio, who had turned around.
君たちが選ぶ未来を
It's just like last
楽し
time.
みにしているよ。
I will be cryptic and then leave. Emilio gently smiled and silently walked away. Emilio was gone. For a short while, we silently thought about what happened. The truth Emilio revealed to us, the future. There was much to think about.
あなたに聞いてほしいことがある。
Okay, but first I think we should not kill Dante. We need to find a way to not kill Dante now that we've learned that, like, they are, like, the keepers of the grave. Orlok broke the silence with a serious look on his face.
俺はゲイカの命令で人を殺してきた。
Yes,
何人も殺した。何十人も。俺が殺した中には
yeah,
先代のファルツォーネのカポもいる。
yeah,
つまりダンテの父親。
yeah. I knew that. Wait, does Dante know that? Yeah.
ファルツォーネにとってお前は絶対に始末しなければならない存
Oh,
在だ。
Dante, you're so pretty. I miss you.
お前に教える義理はない。これは俺たちファルツォーネの問題だ。
That's why he's so
お前さえい
angry.
なければ俺たちはファルツォーネは
Both his dad and Nicola. That would explain why Dante was so fixated on Orlok.
俺は ファルツォーネにとって重要な人物であるあなたを奪った。そして
I cut you off
ダンテ
again.
の血縁であり片腕でもあるニコラまで殺してしまった。
But you weren't planning on killing him.
それでも殺したのは俺だ。ダンテの怒りは深いと思う。
Where are you going with this? Orlok looked like he was in pain as he recalled all that he had done.
俺が使徒として正しい行いを今からあなたをダンテに渡したとしても、ダンテはきっともう俺を許さない。
Are you saying that there's no way to... I mean, I know, you can't just like forgive someone that kills your dad and basically your brother, but I want him to not die. Orlok closed his eyes and frowned, feeling the gravity of his past. I thought you were gonna come to some like grand conclusion there. You were like, I want you to listen to what I have to say. I did all these bad things. That's it. I thought he was like building up to something. He was like, so I have decided to do this. Nothing. It was close to evening now, and the air in here was getting colder.
大丈夫？
Yes, I'm fine. I just felt something brush against my nose.
さすがにこの時期にここでもう一晩過ごすのは
But where
厳
do
し
we
いか
go
も。
from here? No, I'm fine, really. Thank you for being so considerate.
どちらにせよずっとここに居続けるわけにはいかない。
But the mafia is watching the roads.
そう。だけど今は逆にチャンスかも。
Chance for what? Chance? After a moment, I realized what he meant. You did? The Laoshu is without a leader. Right? So the place where they were watching us may be open now? Oh. Orlok nodded.
脱出するにしろしないにしろ俺たちは相手の動きを知る必要がある。
But even if we do escape Berlone, where will we go?
わからない。でも安全を考え
That's
れ
fair.
ばとにかく一度街を出た方がいい。
Leave town. I recalled Orlok suggesting that to me before. But now it felt even more likely that it needed to happen. If so, there was something I wanted to do. Orlok, if we're going to leave, I'd like to visit the church one last time. You said that before, but Lily, I think that's a bad idea. Even just seeing the church from afar. I know I'm asking for a lot, but I wanted to see the place I called home one last time.
まだ昨日の今日だからラオ州は混乱してるはず。
We really need those
他の組
disguises.
織も今なら
I cut you off again.
街中を動けるかもしれない。
Really?
確約はできない。街に近づいてみたらダメだったってなるかもしれない。
I understand. I also know I'm asking for a
で
lot.
も今の状況を把握するためにも街に降りる必要はあると思ってたから、どうせ行くならできるだけあなたの希望に添えたらいいと。
Thank you, Orlok.
じゃあまずはアルカを目指して行こう。
Not really, but sure. Orlok smiled and extended his hand out to me, quite naturally. But for some reason, he stopped. What is it? Orlok didn't say anything, and instead turned his face away. I looked carefully and discovered that Orlok's cheeks and ears were bright red. Seeing this, I asked, let me look. Are you blushing? I didn't expect him to blush like that, so I asked him directly to see his response.
そうかもしれない。
Maybe. Orlok bubbled hesitantly in response to my question.
今までこういう気持ちになったことないからよくわからないけど、
That is true. I don't think we've seen this sprite yet.
逆に不思議。どうして今まで普通に触れることができてたんだろう。
Hey, remember forever ago when I said that I loved you and then you never responded? That's really awkward.
ちょっと困る。あなたは 女の子だから。
Always have been. Is that so? Well, that was unexpected. I feel like I'm going to blush.
どうすればいいの？
Huh? Well... Orlok was still blushing as he looked at me with those pure eyes. I don't
あな
know.
たも顔が赤い。
No, it's not. Of all the times to blush. Even though I denied that I was blushing, I could feel my cheeks growing hotter by the second.
あなたは平気？じゃあ俺にも教えて。こんな時どうすればいいか。
You're so pure. Tell me, how do I handle this? Well, it's something you'd need to figure out for yourself, or else you won't learn why you're blushing.
じゃあとりあえず。
After a brief pause, he extended his hand to me again. Yes. It was a bit embarrassing, but I reached out and took a hold of his hand. Feeling the warmth of his hand made me breathe a sigh of relief. Figure it out, Orlok. Think about it. Back in town, I didn't see any mafia members around. But to be safe, we decided to head through the alleys toward the church. The church was just ahead of us when we noticed something odd. Oh no, what? We heard noises. Screaming, oh no. That was very unusual in Arca. What's happening? We hid ourselves behind the corner and took a peek around to the church.
全部ぶっ潰してやる。
Oh no.
派手に暴れてやるぜ。
What? We saw the Laoshu storming into the church grounds with weapons in hand. Why? They didn't do anything, you jerks! The church.
待って。俺たちをおびき出すための罠かもしれない。
I was about to leap out from our hiding spot, but Orlok held my shoulder down. But I can't just let them do this. Orlok looked at me for a moment, then looked at the church.
音の感じから中にいるのは30人前後だと思う。それくらいの人数なら俺一人で動けなくできる。
Ah. A thought crossed my mind hearing his words. Orlok doesn't want to harm anyone. I grasped the hem of his coat tightly to stop him from going. I think he knew why I was holding his coat. He smiled and shook his head.
話して分かってくれる奴らじゃ。
That's true, they won't. Orlok gently placed his hand over mine.
教会はあなたにとって大事な場所。守るためには。
Feels like we're really gonna be drawing attention to ourselves, though. Thank you, Orlok. I stopped myself from saying sorry. Orlok's kind words brought pain to my heart, knowing how helpless I was. Is there anything I can do?
それなら俺のそばにいて近くにいてくれた方が。
Okay. Hello. We entered boldly from the main entrance. We looked around inside to see only the Laoshu littering the halls. I don't get your reasoning for this. I breathed a sigh of relief, seeing that no one from the church or the town were there.
来ると思ってたよ、オルロック。ヤンの仇、絶対に許さない。私たちが殺す。
He was gonna kill us! There was no alternative! The twins I met were here with the other soldiers, all ready to pounce.
悪いけど殺されるつもりはない。
This is my route. His words pulled the trigger. The Laoshu all ran toward Orlok, weapons in hand. One down. Two down. Orlok gracefully dodged their attacks and targeted their arms and legs.
お前がヤンを覚悟しろ。
Eat this! Orlok parried his knife away and stabbed the man's thigh with his dagger. Haha! Take that! Orlok kicked him and knocked him unconscious.
次は僕の相手してよ、オルロック。ずるいよ、フェイ。私も一緒ね。
They were serious about killing Orlok. Lon swung her long weapon down over him. Faye crouched closer, then slashed upward toward Orlok. Orlok simply stood there to take the blows. He kicked Faye's sword on its side, then closed in on Lon. Oh, got her. Orlok could stab her with a fatal blow, but instead he elbowed her in the stomach. Lon was struck back and rolled onto the ground. Faye swung his sword at Orlok from behind, but Orlok is so swift. He's just like taking all these dudes out. Without a single look, Orlok dodged the swipe and kicked Faye's chin. Faye's body flew in an arc through the air and landed on the ground with a thud. That's impressive. He flew in an arc through the air? Dang. But the fighting wasn't over yet. Even without the twins, the other men continued their attack on Orlok. No, Laoshu member F. Yang instigated it. He was like, kill me, do it, I dare you. Some continued to crawl after Orlok, even after he broke their legs. Ah! You guys are messed up. Yeah, I'll say. Knock them all out. Leaving them could cause complications later. Orlok begrudgingly continued his attack on the soldiers until they were knocked out. The Laoshu were risking their lives to avenge Yang's death. Was Yang that respected? It was quite hard to imagine when he's such a jerk. The place for prayer was boiling over with violence and hatred. Orlok avoided his attack easily, but he wasn't striking back right away. Knowing how Orlok fights, he could have struck him while dodging his attack. Orlok was breathing so heavily that his shoulders were moving. Yang wounded Orlok badly enough to affect his fighting here. And yet, he was still fending them all off. He's strong. Haha, got you all. Finally. The Laoshu were all on the ground. That was a pathetic display from the Laoshu. Very impressive, Orlok. Good job. Orlok's heavy panting echoed through the hall. I headed to Orlok to celebrate his victory when... No! No, Gilbert, this is bad timing. We have to end the video soon. The setting sun shone upon a silhouette standing at the entrance. No! Gilbert Redford had appeared. Oh, well, you know what? It's the final chapter, so maybe this is the perfect place to end. And then, we could do, like... I don't know, I'll have to try and time it out properly again. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and end today's video there. We're in the final chapter of Orlok's route. I didn't expect us to get through that whole chapter today. It must have been on the shorter side. But, yeah, I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to time it properly. I don't know, maybe we can do half of the chapter in the next one, and then the other half afterwards, because there's no way we're getting both the final chapter and his short story in one video. I don't see that happening. I mean, basically what I'd try to do is I will find, like, a no commentary let's play and see where I am and how much time is left until the end of the route and to kind of time it from there. Because then I also have to factor in my talking for, random stuff, like when I go on and on about how this route made me feel at the end. But yeah, okay. Laoshu's dead. Well, Yang's dead, and Lee, and a good number of the members, and all these guys are knocked out. Was this part of their plan? I feel like it had to have been. But the Laoshu were also very much like, for Yang! I don't know how they factored that in. Gilbert, I really don't want Gilbert to die. I really don't want Dante to die. Those are my hopes and goals for the end of this route. Don't know if it's gonna happen. I will say, it was nice to have Emilio show up and explain everything, be like, yeah, your perspective is skewed, let me fix it. I really don't want Dante to die, but, like, I don't know how else it's gonna happen. I don't know, but to me it would feel kind of weird to have Orlok then kill Dante after he killed his father, and he feels guilty about it, especially after learning, like, that was all, wrong. I don't want it to happen, because, number one, I don't want Dante to die. Number two, again, like I just said, it would feel kind of weird that that's where this ends up. But I don't see any other way that we're fixing this. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video here, though. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!